Hello, today we're going to be working on a Samsung washer. The problem that we have with this model is that it's not draining the water out. Welcome to DIY Repair Now. Read all the warnings, and during this video you will see one or more of these icons to help you do this repair safe. Or it's taking too long for it to drain. Now, as you see, we don't have any water there because the customer removed the water. That's the number, the model number again. And we're gonna start by remove this cover from the drain pump, and we're gonna remove the dispenser. We're gonna get to the back and disconnect the washer. Make sure the water hoses, the water is off. We're gonna remove the back panel just to make sure we don't have any kink on the drain hose or anything that could be preventing the pump to drain the water. Now we don't see anything wrong in there, so we're just gonna go ahead and pull this panel back in place. I'm gonna go ahead and install the 2 screws and make sure they're all in place. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna try to go ahead and take it apart. We're gonna remove the spring that holds the booth. Some people call it the seal or the gasket, but the manufacturing call it the booth. Now this way is the way I take it apart. I remove these 3 pieces. However, other people, what they do is they disconnect the latch from inside, but sometimes to plug in the latch it's complicated. So what I do is I disconnect it. We remove the top panel. It just holds by 2 screws in the back. And for some reason this cover for the main control board was off, but this does not have anything to do with the problem. Now we're going to go ahead and remove the front panel. I tried to speed up the video, that way it's not that long. When you remove the screw, this dispenser box moves back. That way you can remove this top panel, display panel. Then you're going to remove the screws that holds the front panel. By the way, these are Phillips head screws. Now it has 2 clamps. They need to be pressed down. That way it will come loose. Sometimes it might get stuck. It looked like we had a bad screw here in the past. Somebody stripped it, so we're just gonna go ahead and do what we can to get this piece loose. That's how it came off. And now we can remove our front panel. Now we're just gonna set it to the side. To be able to access to the drain pump. This is the new pump. I'm gonna go ahead and put the description because we couldn't see the model number on the box, but I'm gonna go ahead and put the part number. Now this drain pump, you just go ahead and disconnect it the way you see in the video to be able to remove it. Now they sell this pump in 2 different ways. They sell it with the whole housing, but the housing includes the circulation pump and the drain pump, or you can buy just the motor and install it to the housing. As you see, on the right we have the circulation pump, and on the left we have the drain hose. Now this whole housing is held by two screws, one on the right and one on the left. Just try to do your best to get those screws out. You can use a Phillips screwdriver or your drill, which is the method that I'm using. When you get the two screws loose, when you get the two screws out, this has a male to female right in the bottom of the drain pump housing, which it clamps, and then you put the two screws on the side. Now I'm going to try to get a closer look of what I'm talking about. That is the male on the bottom of the pump, and as you see on the frame we have the female. That's how it holds right in the middle of the housing, and then it has a bracket where you can put those screws on the side to be able to hold it in place like you see on the video. Now the next thing we're gonna do, in this case I decided to replace only the motor, not the whole housing. So this pump is held by three screws around the pump housing. Now when you remove those three screws, this is the motor and basically the pump. This is the blade. Now when you feel tension on the blade, that means the pump is good. Now what you want to do is you're going to go ahead and press this clamp to remove the drain hose. This clamp is the one secures the drain hose on the pump housing. So grab a pair of pliers or channel locks and press the clamp to release the drain hose from the housing. Now after I remove the pump, the drain pump hose, then this piece came off. This is like a flapper that goes on the pump housing. Now you can buy this little piece to put it back in the pump housing, or you can buy the whole housing that brings the pumps with it. This allows the water to come out as you see on the video, but when the water is trying to come back in, it closes the flapper to prevent the water from coming out. As you see on the yellow mark there, the water will not come back in the pump or the washer. This is the purpose for this flapper, and it's important if you put the drain hose too much on the drain line in the house. So if you install the drain hose properly, you don't really need that flapper. So in this case, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and install just the motor and try not to put the flapper back on, because that flapper is broken. As a matter of fact, I really believe that flapper was the main issue, because it was stuck on the drain hose and it was not letting the water come out at the right time. So let's say if normally the washer machine takes about 8 minutes to drain the water out, that flapper, since it was broken, it was sideways and it was not letting the water come out at the right minutes. So it will take too long and it might give you an error code. Now, as I was saying, I'm not going to put that flapper back on. I really believe the pump was still in good condition, but I'm not taking any chances, so I decided to install the new pump. Now, It's your choice if you want to go ahead and replace this little flapper. I'm going to go ahead and put it on the description of this video, but I'm just not going to put it because at the end of the video, when I put everything together, I'm going to show you how to install the drain hose in the house. That way it doesn't affect the performance of the drain pump when it's trying to drain the water out. Now, the same way you remove the drain hose from the housing, same way you're going to put it back on. Just go ahead and press the clamp, put it in the pump housing, and release it. Make sure it's secure. I replaced the pump. I installed the harness back where it goes, and now we're gonna go ahead and put this housing where it should be. Remember, it has a male to female slack on the middle, right off the bottom of the pump housing, which is on the bottom of where the filter goes, and then the two screws on the side. These two screws goes inside a metal frame, and the two screws that goes inside of a piece of rubber to prevent the housing frame from being hitting metal to metal and make some noise while it's working. Now you can use the Phillips screwdriver or Phillips drill. Make sure they're very secure. Go ahead and put the little tool that helps you drain the water from the washer when it's full of water. Now this is the latch. As I was saying, some people remove the harness from the latch and take it off, but I do it this way because it's really hard to put those harness back on the latch when you're working on it. Now we're gonna go ahead and install our front panel. Just like so. Go ahead and align the latch. That is the first thing you're gonna go ahead and attach. Just make sure everything aligns the way it's supposed to. And go ahead and put the screws on the latch, and then the screws on the front panel, which it holds right on the top of the front panel. Now what we're gonna do is go ahead and start installing our top screws. And as I was saying before, make sure you install the right screws. Every time you remove the screws, just try to make sure where they go, or take pictures before you remove it. This is the latch, and you can do it either way. You can go ahead and remove the booth and detach the harness inside, and don't remove the latch completely, but I do this job a lot, and to me this is the best way to do it. Remember, I always show how to do this repairs my way, but you can learn how to do it yourself in a different way, whether you're experienced or watching on other videos. I really appreciate if if you guys watch my videos, go ahead and install all this booth the way it's supposed to. It's like a slack there where it goes, and then it's held by this ring. This ring has a spring, and in this point, this spring is a little difficult to install it back because it has a lot of tension on it, but I find a couple ways to do it. As you see, it keeps coming off. Make sure you got it right. And what you want to do is you're going to go ahead and put the top piece first, and when you see my right hand in the error, you can go ahead and put a piece of tape there to hold it in place, and then go ahead and stretch the spring until it goes in place. You can go ahead and have somebody to hold it for you, or put a piece of tape. Now we're going to find the way this cover goes. That's the filter, and this is the little tubing plug. Just put it back in place and go ahead and install your drain pump cover back in place. Now we're down to the display panel. Go ahead and align this dispenser in place. Remember when we were disassemble everything, this has to pull back. Now it has to come back forward. Now we're going to go ahead and install all the screws that holds everything in place, just like you remove everything. I apologize if I didn't get everything on the video, but I was trying to do this by myself. I don't think I got the part where I put the two screws right by the dispenser. I apologize for that. Just remember, it's two screws that goes right by the dispenser. Now you put the top panel and secure it with the two screws that goes on the back. Go ahead and make sure to plug it in. Remember, you can only put this drain hose about 4 or 5 inches inside the drain line, or that water can come back to your washer. Again, go ahead and install the two screws that holds the top panel, and always try to secure your drain hose to anything that is close by, like the supply water hoses or the water valves. That is my suggestion. Now we're going to go ahead and push the washer right back in place, and we're just going to go ahead and test it. Put it on any settings, and then go ahead and turn it off and turn it back on. That will cancel the cycle, and it will start draining. If it drains properly, it doesn't give you any error codes or anything like that, anything funny, anything weird, you're good to go. Make sure everything is draining fine. Alright guys, if this video helped you in any way, you can show us appreciation by giving us a tip using the following options that you see on the screen. If you cannot provide with a tip, is another way to support this channel by just dropping off a comment in the comment section down below. Subscribe to our channel, give us a thumbs up, and turn on the bell to receive notifications. Thanks for watching.